Hey there, NAC Warrior. So, how are you doing today? Today was a very interesting day for me, I have to say. I was not expecting this to go the way it did. So, today I'm not as prepared as usual because of how the day kind of went on, but I'm still here to have a little fun and talk about what's going on in the journey of the cleanse and maybe a little bit of what happened today. So, yeah, and tomorrow, hopefully I can get back into the rhythm. Essentially what happened was my phone was glitching. It was restarting every once in a while, so I couldn't really do anything with it without not knowing whether it was going to keel out on me or not. So last night I went and got a phone, and when I got the phone, I was trying to transfer my data over, but my phone would just shut down in the middle of it, the old one, so I couldn't transfer the data. And at the same time, I was trying to get the cellular service working on my new phone. That wasn't working, so I spent quite a lot of time trying to get it all put together and working. And finally, I've got cell data and Wi-Fi, but I have to transfer one by one each app over to my new phone. So I've been working on that because a lot of the stuff that I do is right on my phone. I don't do a lot of production type of stuff with, I do transfer things and use a computer, but mainly that's for storage. So right now, most of everything I do is on even on the phone. So even the games that you see me playing and showing you are on the phone, except for when I want to do screen sharing. So the lives I do on the computer, because you can do really cool stuff with OBS, and that's a lot of fun, and I'm still exploring what that's capable of. So that's what I've been doing mostly. But today was probably a very hard day for me, because at the same time as that's going on, I woke up with a blistering headache, and it was not fun. And I don't know if it was me trying to catch up with sleep, if it was me changing the diet and all that, probably a little bit of both. But that seems to, I still have a little like residual, I don't know, do you ever get that feeling like residual? So yeah, so content creation right now is a little slow for me as I try to get my phone together, and I'm probably not going to come in full energy like I try to on normally because of the cleanse. But I think tomorrow should be the last of the harsh time, because usually the first three days are the worst. So I think I got the worst of it this morning. So I feel like I'm turning a leaf here. My body's adapting to the quick change. And to be honest, what I ended up having to do, because I don't take medicine, and so what unless it's a medical, like I really, really need medicine. So what I typically do is just work through it. And so today, this morning, when I woke up with a blistering headache, I felt horrible. Like I felt like I was going to throw up, a little queasy, and lightheaded. It was just like not fun whatsoever. But what I ended up doing was starting my day off slow. I got a little water with my alkaline drops in there, which made it a whole lot better. Just getting that water into me. But then I was feeling like claustrophobic in my breathing. So I did some deep breathing and exhaling, and that actually was making the headache disappear, but it would come back. And then all of a sudden I got really congested, and I did a video that I put out on YouTube and on a podcast, and you'll hear that I'm really congested, to talk about a little bit more in detail what was going on today. So yeah, it was pretty interesting day that I had. And this is part of it, and it's a mental thing too. And this is, as I said, as if you listen to the YouTube or the podcast, I talk about how this is the time that you want to release your inner warrior, because it's just a temporary like a day or two thing that we need to overpower through. Our body's like screaming, trying to grab whatever it can to go back to its original ways, and the body will do whatever it can, give you headaches, and at the same time you're detoxing, so the body and brain and everything's at war, and you kind of have to like listen to your body. That's number one. I should do a video on that, because that's a big part of my success, is kind of listening to the body. Your body sends you tons and tons of signals, and some of them are very subtle, and if you're listening and looking for them, you'll hear it. Like I felt that claustrophobic feeling, and so I listened to what my body needed, and it said, you need to breathe and change your breathing. So that's what I did, and that actually helped me out tremendously doing that. So as you're going through, if you experience doing a cleanse or a reset, you end up going through that experience as I was going through, you'll see that, you know, first, I guess you should join our Facebook group, because it would have been nice to share this with somebody and talk about it if they were going through it too. So, you know, it's important, because you're not sure, like other people look at you like you're crazy, like what's going on, or like you're doing this to yourself. So having a support group there, so you could always join our Facebook group, NAC Warriors, and jump in there and get the support. But what's really, really good though is to really listen to your body, because it's trying to tell you stuff. It's saying, hey, I need water, I need to sleep, and that was one of the things I needed. My body was just saying, look, you're in this state, and right now I probably need to get more rest. I can feel my body like saying, hey, you need to sleep, but I need to eat a little bit more. So the rest of the day, so my cycles today in the cleanse is pretty simple. It's 16 ounces of water with the alkaline drops, and then 16 ounces of green drink. And then after the green drink, then I eat as much veggies as I possibly can. Today I made a soup, water-based soup, and that was actually pretty tasty. And this is a cool thing about the cleanse that I do, is that it's all vegetables. There are nuts that you can have. I don't do fruits, but what happens after, probably at this point, I was gonna go 7 days, but I probably need to go 8, but just based on how I'm feeling. So what's cool is that your taste buds actually change if you do this, and I can already feel myself like enjoying like a potato without butter, you know, just boiling, you know, making a soup. All my soup was water, potatoes, spinach, what else did I have in there? Spinach, potatoes, onion, and carrots, and I think there was probably something else in there. And then just added a little salt, a little pepper, and I put a dash of basil on it. And oh my gosh, when I ate that soup, it was like the best tasting soup ever. And yeah, so that's what happens. You get this like change in taste buds. And so at the end, I wouldn't be surprised if you follow this trend, that all you would actually have to do if you wanted to stick to more of a plant-based eating, if you can make it through, and do make it through, which I know you can, but if you're struggling, again, join the Facebook group. What you can do is add a little oil, because right now I do no oils, no dressings whatsoever. It's just everything's either spices, and I'm boiling, baking the vegetables. But yeah, and what you'll see is you'll appreciate and like the vegetables that you're eating, and it's a really good feeling. But it just allows you to go more on the vegetable side. Not that you can't eat proteins and carbs, but when I leave the cleanse part or the reset, I'm trying to convert you from thinking cleanse and more to a reset, because what we want to do is reset. We're not doing this to lose weight. I'm not cleansing to lose weight. I'm doing a reset to change the way my body is. And so it's a short sprint, and you eat as much as you can, as much as you want. So there's no restriction in calories. It's just what you're eating is restricted. So yeah, and what you'll see is that if you could replace the processed carbs, like the spaghettis, the breads, and dairy, if you can get away from dairy, which is a very hard one for most people, but if you can do that and replace your main items with carbs but plant-based carbs and proteins, that seems to be a lot better. And of course, go with your fats. So I try to stay away from the grains necessarily, unless they're, you know, like my bread, I think is like Ezekiel bread or something like that. It's, but of course, you know, they say these things are one way. I forget what they called it. It's not like real bread. It's sprouted bread or something like that. But who knows? Later on, we'll probably find out that the sprouted bread at this facility has been processed and all this fun stuff. So, you know, you got to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt and kind of roll with it. But you try to do the right thing, and don't worry about doing the right thing. You just try to do the right thing. And once you find out that it's not the right thing, you switch it. And that's the cool thing about like not being so stuck on certain things. But anyways, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow.